When fighting an attacker who is threatening you, your keys are speed, surprise, and violence of action. Hi everyone, this is John with today's active self-protection lesson. Today's lesson comes to us from Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic, and it shows a guy walking down the street who's looking for an easy mark for an armed robbery. Unfortunately for him, he's not going to get it, and it shows us the importance of launching a counter ambush and then taking appropriate follow-up actions after the initial attack. There's actually two people at the doorway there. You can see the guy in the hat just to the very far left. And this guy that's come up, if you go read the news story, has just been walking down the street gun in hand looking for somebody to rob, and he's going to decide to try to rob these people, but he doesn't know that there's an armed man inside of that door, and that guy gets a bunch of shots off at him and drives him off and wins the day. Excellent work. Now let's back up and let's think about a few lessons from this one here. The guy comes up, and remember, the attacker, the armed robber, the mugger always gets to set the attack. We're always on defense here, and surviving this ambush is incredibly important. This is territorial violence, which gives us some opportunity to do that, which gives us some time to wait our turn and to know what we want to do. It's important in an armed robbery. You notice here that the woman's got her hands up. She's using that submissive posture. Again, if you do not have attitude, skills, and plan to defend yourself against an armed robber, your only hope is to comply. Now, she's just saying, hey man, I don't want any problems. Now, I do notice here that when the armed defender comes up, you notice how close he gets to his target when he puts shots on target. On the one hand, that's good because it makes sure that you get a hit, but he puts his gun in danger there to do that. Make sure that you don't get too close. Now, do you notice here that our defender has put his gun down? He's kind of admiring his shots, and I can't tell you enough that you got to practice to put those shots on target and keep your gun at least in a lower ready position or draw it into high compressed ready. And you notice here as this next shot goes off, well, was he really running away or not? Well, you know, so some people might get frustrated. Well, the guy was running away. Should he have taken more shots? But what you can see here is that the attacker here has taken a shot and gotten fairly close to our defender. And so he was entirely justified to keep shooting. That in those split-second decisions, you have to keep shooting until the threat is completely over. Finally, we see the defender there is taking definitive motion, and he's taking good follow-up actions. He did a pretty fantastic job of getting rid of this armed robber, protecting himself and everyone else around him, and covering his asp.